Producing quality sweet potato vines.
Farmers from Golinga in the northern region of Ghana have come together to learn how to produce quality sweet potato vines. Quality vines can increase your yield and improve the quality of the roots. To create demand, extension offices can help to promote the sales of the vines to organizations and individuals for a very good price due to their quality. Using vines that are not properly managed or from unclean sources can result in poor yield. Farmers and organizations will not like such vines due to spread of virus diseases and pests like weevils. Sprouts from healthy roots are a good source for clean vines production. To produce quality vines, select a clean field with a sandy loam soil near a water source. Fields used for sweet potato cultivation within the past 2 years should be avoided. Where water is scarce, a valley bottom is selected and sunken beds are used to retain moisture. If multiplication is during the raining season, avoid areas which are easily flooded because waterlogging can give poorly developed vines and the sweet potato plant may even die. It is also important to use well-decomposed manure to fertilize the land before planting. Make sure to build a fence around your nursery to keep animals away, especially during the dry season. Vines that are to be used should have 3 to 5 nodes. At least 2 nodes should go into the soil, and at least 1 node should stick out above the soil. Vines will start growing rapidly, especially if you have applied fertilizer and irrigate regularly. For rapid multiplication, plant the vines in beds with distance of 10 cm between plants and 20 cm between rows. If you make a bed of 1 meter by 5 meters, you have 250 plants. After irrigating about 1.5 months, you can now harvest about 750 vine cartons of about 30 cm length each. Using the multiplication of 1 vine can produce 3 new vines. You can calculate how many vines you need to start with. Example, if you need 3,000 vine cartons, you need to start with 1,000 cartons of 3 beds of 1 meter by 5 meters. When you plant for producing both vines and roots, you can plant on ridges that are about 1 meter apart and use 30 centimeters between plants on the ridge. You should know that the roots may not reach their full yield potential when you cut vines continuously. Vines should have sufficient water to grow, so you would need to irrigate regularly, at least every 3 days, depending on soil moisture. If you produce in the dry season, drip irrigation kits can help you deliver the right amount of water to the plants without wasting a lot of water. Weeding should be done in the first 3 weeks to avoid weeds competing with the vines. If you carefully apply urea at 3 weeks after planting, vines growth will increase and you can obtain more vines.
1 gram of urea, the amount you can hold between your thumb and index finger, should be applied in a small hole next to each plant.
And to do this, a shallow hole should be made 10 centimeters away from the parrow to the plant stand to avoid the urea touching the plant as it may burn or kill the vines. After applying, the urea should be covered in the soil. Vines can be harvested from about 6 weeks onwards. A regrowth will occur if you continue to water it, and these can yield a second batch of cartons. Vines should be cut from the plant at least about 15 centimeters above the base of the stem to allow for regrowth. For marketing, the ready vine should be declared as good quality of vines by a committee authorized in your area. Commercial vine producers need to follow the procedure for the quality declared planting material. Vines that are cut and bundled should have labels with price, number of cartons, contact of the vine multiplier and name of the variety. AEAs can help design labels with the vine producer, which will make it easier for you to market and sell. Ask Agric extension agents and the local radio to tell farmers you have vines of improved sweet potato varieties for sale. This can help you to reach many customers in order to sell the vines quickly. It is important to transport vines to their destinations in a wet jute sack early in the morning or in the evening when it is relatively cool. In this way, you avoid overheating and drying out the vines to keep them healthy and alive. Do not transport vines in nylon, that is the fertilizer bags or plastic bags, and avoid the hot period of the day because the heat can damage and kill the cuttings. You should also avoid stacking too many bags of vines because the weight and the heat can further damage and kill the vines during transportation. High quality vines produced and transported in the right way can give you a high yield of clean and healthy sweet potato roots for home consumption and sales.
The reason why we produce in the dry season is because the vines are difficult to get when it starts to rain. We produce enough vines in order to sell to enable us pay our children's school fees, hospital bills, and cater for other basic needs, and the remaining for transplanting when the rain starts.
If you decide to become a commercial vine multiplier, the sales of vines allow you to gain extra income and help your customers increase their yield as well.